This is the final model of an RC car that uses electromagnetic braking system. So basically how it works is that I have a battery that provides power to an Arduino Nano and two H bridges. The Nano connects to my phone using this Bluetooth module, and the Nano controls both the H bridges. This H bridge is just to control this motor and this motor independently. These are the normal, the yellow colored geared motors you find in robots. What's special is this thing, this part right here. This second H bridge, both of its outputs are connected in parallel, so to increase the maximum current handling capability, and they provide power to a coil inside here. Let me show you what it looks from the inside. By loosening those two holding bolts, I am able to take off this wheel. As you can see, this is just a tire with a metallic hub inside. Inside the metallic hub, I have a round ceramic magnet. It has 4 poles: north, north, south, and south. I also have two additional small magnets here and here. I'll explain what they do later. So the way this works is that I have 4 poles, 4 different coils. I have wound them in such a way that these two coils create a south pole and these two create a north pole. And obviously when I reverse the current, these will create a north pole while these two will create a south pole. These poles that I mentioned are with reference from the outside, like if you view from here or if you view the coil from here and from here, right? So this coil is simply mounted on this piece of wood. So the way this works is that there is a shaft inside which rides on these bearings. There is no physical contact between the rotor and the stator. These coils stay at a very close distance to this magnet right here, but they do not touch whatsoever. If I put it back on there, you can see it spins completely freely. There is very little friction in the ball bearings. Other than that, there is no friction whatsoever. So it is basically a frictionless braking system. Let me just put it back together. Two small magnets that I mentioned earlier, one is right here and one is exactly 180 degrees opposite to it right here. What they do is that they are used to trigger this reed switch. It's a small glass capsule with 2 wires inside, 2 magnetic wires, and when a magnet comes close to them, they touch and close a contact. The reed switch is connected to the Arduino as an digital input. So whenever a magnet comes in front of it, it knows that the rotor is at this position, and when it moves away, it knows that the magnet is not in front of it, so rotor must be maybe somewhere around here. When the next magnet comes in front of it, it closes again, and the Arduino knows that the rotor is now in this position. Because my stator side only has 4 poles, and obviously the number of poles on the stator must equal the number of poles on the rotor, so that they attract each other. I have only 2 magnets because I only need to differentiate between this pole, this position, and this position. These two positions are obviously automatically differentiated by the reed switch being open. So this way, whenever I apply a brake, the H bridge turns on, it gives power to the coils attract the magnets, and basically the wheel locks in one place. And if I try to, like if the car is moving and they try to lock in one place, the car will obviously decelerate really quickly. Now the problem was that it locks in one place and then it moves. When you move it more than 90 degrees, it starts to favor your motion and quickly jumped the next 50 degrees. So to counter that, I've used these magnets in this reed switch. So whenever the magnet is not in front of the reed switch, it locks in this position, right, in this position or in this position. But where the magnets is in front of it, it locks in the position where the magnets are in front of the reed switch, in this position or in this position. So basically the reed switch, whenever the reed switch turns high, the Arduino reverses the current using the edge switch. Now let me demonstrate everything that I just told. I'll just plug in the battery and just grab my mobile phone. I'll just grab my mobile phone and open the Arduino car app. I'll just connect to it. Now it is connected. As you can see, I can move it, turn it. Only if the back two motors are powered. The front is just idling. Let me just show you real quick. The front is just idling. It is moving freely right now. I've remapped these buttons to be the braking system's controls. Y means no braking. This gives me 25% braking. As you can see, it is braking. It's not wanting to move. This gives me 50% braking. Now the force is much larger. Like if I try to move the car, to apply a much stronger force, and this is 100%. Now the car is at 100%. As you can see, it just slides. The brake is so strong, it just doesn't want to move. If I apply a lot of force, I am able to move it, but like on itself, it just starts to slide. It doesn't move at all. The braking force is really strong. Like my thumb can barely move it. Let me just release the brake, apply it again. As you can see, if I try to move the car, it just simply cannot move because the front brake is so strong. So this is how my prototype works. It's just a prototype to show that the braking system actually works and how strong it is. Right now it's taking about 16 watts, I think, 2 amps from a 12 volt battery, and it's braking really hard. So I think if this idea is implemented in real cars, it could actually be a really good idea and it might work really well. This is my project for the Google Science Fair. This is the final design that I came up with.